What up, Laker Nation? It's your boy DTLF back with another pregame live stream as the Lakers get set to face the Milwaukee Bucks. Um, you know, the Milwaukee Bucks is one of these teams that are supremely talented in this league, but they're also off to a pretty slow start. As good as they are, part of that is they've been dealing with injuries. They're currently 6-8 compared to our 8-7, so they're doing a little bit worse than us. But however, they're getting a major piece back tonight. All right. And we're gonna get into all that. But as of right now, this is gonna be a very tough game for us to win. Obviously, we don't have LeBron James back. The Lakers, without having LeBron James, it severely uh, hurts our chances of winning these type of games, especially on the road versus a team like Milwaukee. Um, the thing about Milwaukee is I'm looking at all their stats right here and everything, trying to break down the team, but you got to throw these out the window because Chris Middleton's been out since late October and he's making his comeback tonight. So that changes everything, right? But still, regardless, Milwaukee's been struggling, and we know that struggling teams get off against us. They use it as a stepping board. And ironically, tonight is the comeback after being out for a couple of days for Chris Middleton. So I expect them to come out firing, and in order for us to even have an opportunity, we have to play to our strengths. And I know a lot of Laker Nation wants this win, especially with the recent bad news we've been having lately, man. But bottom line is, look, whatever happens, all I expect for the Lakers tonight is competition. Again, looking at the Milwaukee Bucks stats here, they're not at the cream of the crop of the NBA right now. So let's see if we can capitalize on that. Hopefully we can. Their offensive rating is 107.9. They're 17th out of 30. The Lakers are a little bit better, but of course we don't have LeBron James. But still, no, actually we're a little bit worse. I'm sorry, we're 105. And that's 24th out of 30 in the NBA. So we're actually a little bit worse there. So in order for us to compete, we might have to push the pace a little bit because I feel like if we get in the half court set to guard this team, um, it's going to be tough. They have a lot of length, great defenders like Drew Holiday, obviously Giannis, Chris Middleton, a lot of size. And I think the only way we're going to have a shot, man, is if we're able to push the pace a little bit and try to catch them off guard. But even then, it's an extremely tall test without LeBron James tonight. Um, Dan, I also saw the lucky jacket. You guys are asking me about the lucky Laker jacket. Um, I could pull it out tonight. However, I want to see what the Lakers are made out of in this next 5 game road trip because I think if the Lakers really um, struggle like I think they might, then I think for sure Frank Vogel's going to be in the hot seat. And I'm not rooting for it, but I want to see it. No luck involved. I just want to sit back and I'm going to be very objective this next couple of road trip games. So yeah, I'm not gonna throw on the jacket right now. I don't want to wear out this luck or nothing like that. I want to see how this team does objectively, just sitting back. I'm gonna try not to rant and get upset if we lose. I'll try to take everything in stride, and I want to see what they're made of. Now's the time for Coach. He gets paid the big bucks, so he got to make the adjustments and hopefully stay afloat. Think about it this way, okay? If we win 3 out of the 5 games, it was an extremely successful road trip. If we win 2 out of the 5 games, it was a decent road trip, believe it or not, because it's a tough schedule ahead. And if we win one, then it was a failure. Anything one or below, failure. So all Frank Vogel has to do is win at least 2 games out of these next 5. It shouldn't be too much to ask for, especially with all the Hall of Famers you have on your team. Bottom line, I'm done being the dead horse and talking about his lack of coaching and chemistry issues and all this stuff. They have to come together. It's now or never. And so we're supposedly going to get LeBron James back on Friday, according to multiple reports. Let's see how much weight that holds. That would definitely help, go a long way to helping us get at least 2 wins this road trip. But for now, I'm gonna sit back. I'm not wearing no Laker lucky jacket. I'm not gonna get too upset if we lose. I just want to sit back and watch everything unfold to see exactly what type of team we are. We had a very comfortable home schedule. We were not able to take advantage of that. But maybe there's some teams that they like it rough. So maybe this team's gonna go out there and into the shark waters and they're gonna swim, or they're gonna get eaten by the sharks. But either way, man, I'm here to find out exactly what's gonna happen. He said, "Do you think Lakers got this?" You know what, Brian? I think anything's possible. Again, this is a tough matchup because the Bucks, they have all the size advantages. They're getting their one of their stars back in Chris Middleton, and they already had Giannis there. They're a team that likes to get out and do stuff, especially if they get stops in transition. Uh, but sometimes the Lakers rise to the occasion and they play up to the competition. Sometimes they play down to the competition. Sometimes they don't even hang with the competition. So this is an unpredictable Lakers team. I honestly don't know what to expect, but I'm hoping for the Lakers to come out here with some sort of chip on their shoulder and looking to redeem themselves after getting embarrassed at Staples yet again. So if the Lakers can come out here with a little bit of pride and they play extremely hard, then they'll make me very happy. If they don't, then I'm not surprised, right? I'm not surprised if they crumble under the pressure, especially on the road. Um, so again, I might be upset after the post game, but you're not gonna see. I'm still trying to look for the positives, and you guys aren't gonna see a too upset version of me because unless something crazy happens, God forbid, man. Knock on wood, guys. Knock on wood. But if in general, I just want them to try to be competitive. We're talking about the Milwaukee Bucks. They're struggling just like we are, 6-8. How about we show a little bit of fight and usually as teams capitalizing off of our struggles, how about we flip the script tonight and we try to capitalize off of their struggles? That would be dope. He said, my boy said, let's go. I'm so happy you guys are hyped up, man. I'm so happy you guys are hyped up because today I don't have the energy to waste it on like I really don't want this game to be get me hyped up and then let me down. I want it to be an even kill. Hopefully it's steady trending upwards throughout the game, man. Because I waste a lot of energy rooting throughout the course of the game. And then them dreaded third quarters. We really have to watch out for that tonight versus Milwaukee. We can't afford a third quarter like the ones we've been having all season long, especially versus a team with this much advantages. And they're sharks in the water, man. They smell blood. They're gonna eat. They're gonna feast. The Lakers got to make sure we're not leaking tonight. Can the Lakers trade Westbrook? Anything's possible. I'm not saying that's not a possibility, but as of right now, it doesn't look like that's a likely scenario. I'll say that much. I'm not gonna lie, Dan. I'm not looking forward to this game, especially when we have AD on Giannis. Well, AD's been really calling out his teammates, so I'm expecting a huge game from Anthony Davis. Anything less than that, if he doesn't rise to the occasion, with all the comparisons that have been made between him and Giannis in the previous years, especially when we won the championship, if he doesn't rise to the occasion, then yeah, it'll be disappointing. But the team has now entered the stove, okay, and let's see if we're either gonna boil or we're gonna hop out of the stove and survive. Let's see. Tonight is one of those turn up extremely hot kitchen stove games. Really, all the pressure is on the Lakers. Okay, we lose tonight, we go back to 500. We start losing a couple more, we go below 500, which everybody knows is unacceptable at this point of the season. So Frank Vogel would be on the hot seat. That's the only positive of if we lose. Frank Vogel definitely his name has to pop up, in all sorts of rumors and put pressure on him because. Again, somebody's head has to roll, and it's not going to be LeBron's. It's probably not going to be star players. I'd be shocked if it was. But, look, bottom line is Lakers have to take care of the basketball tonight more than ever. They have to execute. We can't go on these 7-minute dry spells. 7-minute dry spells are going to kill us tonight. So if the Lakers could just put together a nice little 48-minute game or at least a 36-minute game, something to keep us in the game, then we'll have a shot down the stretch. If not, then expect Milwaukee to take off on us early, and that's not a good sign. I mean, we just got killed at Staples Center, so we're about to hit the road. My boy said we have enough fans around the world to donate in order to build a new center to honor Kobe. If we are serious, I will be the first to donate. Nobody should go to the what is it called? Cribble Center. Oh my goodness. Look, guys, I know we're all emotional about this, but I think sleeping in on it. Unfortunately, I hate to give you guys a center, but it is just a business. There's nothing really we can do. Even if you are able to put together that money to open up our own facility, which easily we could. We're Laker Nation, right? it doesn't guarantee that the Lakers will end all of their partnerships with certain companies, and there's certain contracts that are they have to abide by, right? Certain partnerships and stuff they have to, So um, we don't like it. But somebody made a great point to me, I think, in the comment section yesterday that got me to thinking. They said, "Hey, well, just the same way that you guys don't like this new, crypto.com arena, whatever. Um, it's the same way we didn't used to like Staples when you guys moved from the forum. So you guys will come around and look, for me, it's all about winning championships. So a championship or two will definitely make me forget all this bad energy about this new arena and all this crap, man. I just want to win. That's it. I just want to win. I'm not embracing that new arena though. For me, it's always going to be called Staples. But hey, whatever pays the bills, right? We're already starting to hear that there's going to be renovations to Staples Center. It's going to be state of the art and all this stuff. Um, that's the good news. And I told you this yesterday, right? I said, look, if the Lakers, if the Lakers end up getting something good out of it, then cool. I'm all for it. But still, man, the name is really bad. And I get it. All this is the future, whatever, but it'll take me a while to adjust. Okay. I'll say that. And not only that, but like I said, I'm going to be stubborn and I'm still going to call it Staples. I'm sticking to that. The house that Kobe and Shaq built. Staples Center, man. Staples is an office, a supply store. It doesn't matter. I mean, that's how you feel about it, by the way, JDH, but that doesn't mean we feel the same way. When we talk about Staples Center, we don't think of the office supply store. So that's a simple-minded way to break it down for you. But I guarantee you, 90+% of Laker Nation, when we think of Staples Center, we have all these memories flash, of Laker greatness, man. And that's always going to be there, no matter what the name is and how corny and cringy the new sign looks. Doesn't matter, man. It's still Staples Center to us. And by the way, rest in peace, Young Dolph, man. I really didn't used to listen to his music like that. I'd be capping if I told you guys I was like a huge fan or something like that. But you hate to see, people get taken before their time. Anybody, no matter what the age, man, it's a horrible thing. So, my condolences to his family. That's always tough. And then getting shot and killed for greed, man, it's never a good thing. What's up, Rio? She said YouTube tripping. I didn't get the notification when you went live. That I've been hearing that happens a lot of the times, and most of you guys have the post notification bell so it could ring and alert you guys. But I don't know, it happens, I guess, unfortunately. But hey, better late than never. Glad to see you here for sure. Keys to the game, easy. Keys to the game are easy tonight. We have to play our heart out to even have a chance to win. Talent-wise, they edges out. They're the defending champs for a reason. Again, for those of you just tuning in, they're getting Chris Middleton, who's been out since October 29th. Just our luck. He comes in right in time to this tends to be the thing that happens with the Lakers. A team is struggling. They're 0-6 or whatever, 0-5. They're going to get the first victory versus us. A team is injured. All their guys are going to make the comebacks against us. It's just we're the stepping board for the league at this point so they can get higher, right? So they can take a leap off of our backs. And that needs to change at some point. I don't know when it's going to change for this team. When are they going to say enough is enough? We have to, play our hearts out and install fear, especially in the younger teams. But that needs to happen. Our role players definitely got to step up tonight, man. We're going to have the exact same starting lineup that we've been having. Carmelo Anthony, Russell Westbrook, Avery Bradley, Anthony Davis. It's going to be the exact same one, and THT. So what that lineup has to do from the beginning is set the tone, man. They have to come out here and try to get a bucket every possession. And if you don't get a bucket in a single possession, that's fine, as long as you don't turn the ball over or jack up a low percentage shot. Like, that's my mentality for them, for sure. He said, I'm surprised Staple is still in business, to be honest. I don't know, man. I just wish the name didn't change. They could have been sponsoring us or whatever, but the whole name, that means that the whole sign is going to change. And God forbid they change the beautiful neon lights on the outside. When you're coming off of the freeway and you see that, man, it's just, especially during the nighttime, it's a beautiful sight, man. It's my favorite place on earth, and they're going to change it now. So, the nostalgia is going to be there when I first see, crypto.com arena. It's going to be so weird to see that. So we'll see if we ever get used to it. But like I said, winning cures everything. Bottom line, Lakers get a couple championships. We're gonna come up with all kinds of clever names to like put a cool spin on it. So yeah. He said, agree, changing the name of the arena is sad. It is, man. It is. And not everybody gets that, but it's okay. Not everybody has to get it. For those of you that do. He said, Dan, we will get blown out of the court today. Come on, Vitali. You got to come with more positivity than that, man. You don't want to put that negative juju out there. You never know. It's the NBA. What if somebody has a career high for us and goes off like Malik Monk did the other night, or somebody just if the whole team comes together on both ends of the floor, it could be one of those nights. We don't know. Let's hope for the best. Now, obviously, that's if you were betting money, that's probably what the common sense bet would be to bet against us because of how poorly we've been playing as a unit, especially without LeBron. But at the end of the day, it's the NBA. Anything's possible. I mean, we lost to the Thunder twice. If that don't tell you anything's possible, then I don't know what else does. He said, call it a hunch, but Trevor Ariza will save the season. That's a lot of weight to put on Trevor's shoulders, man. But at least it's positive. I'll take any sort of positivity, man. See, Laker Nation, we've been sad. We've been upset with the losses. Now we're sad with the name change. We need something good. Imagine if we actually have a good road trip and end up with like 2 or 3 wins, 3 wins preferably. That would be so nice. So let's hope for the best, prepare for the worst, and let's see. Let's break it down one game at a time. He said, young players on other teams are killing us. They definitely are, Craig. Most definitely. But not just young players. I feel like in general, good teams are doing what they have to do, and poor teams are actually thriving because we don't install fear in them on either end of the court. He said, Dan, think about Giannis, Tatum coming in 2 years. Do we even have? I don't even think we have cap space in 2 years. I think LeBron will have to opt out of the final year of his contract, and certain things would have to happen for even to land one of those guys. But yeah, I'm not too sure right now. I haven't looked at the salary cap situation. Look, I'm not gonna look far down. That far down. Right now, I feel like the Lakers have so much talent. If they put it together, we could start changing the opinions of these fair weather analysts. You have Stephen A. and all these people saying that the Lakers are done and LeBron's never winning a championship. The last time he said that was when we landed Anthony Davis. I posted on Twitter this morning, matter of fact. So anytime they open their mouth, it makes me happy because I'm like, maybe this is the motivation we need to shut these guys up. Maybe it'll start turning around, But bottom line is, dang, like you shouldn't have to be all extra motivated to get up if your name's Anthony Davis or Russell Westbrook or anybody. You should automatically have that passion for the game. But I guess we've been spoiled for so many years that we just expect, too much sometimes out of these players. As painful as that sounds, even coming out of my mouth, right? Because I feel like we should always expect the best from the best, right? But the league is changing and it's heading into towards a more me first type of attitude that these players have. Most players, not all, and most teams, they're starting to buy into I got to get my stats. I got to, elevate my name. I got to, get my commercials in. I got to break my own records before winning a championship. And that's where I have trouble with it. So the Lakers have to find their backbone and they have to find their spine and they have to figure out, I do like that we're going on a 5-game road trip to take us out of our comfort zone. Let's see what type of team we are. We're about to find out really what type of team we are in this stretch of this tough 4 or 5-game road trip, whatever it is at the end of the day. We're about to find out. And I'd rather know the truth, man, than to be lying to you guys and lying to myself. I want to know exactly who we are. He said, the YouTube algorithm changed and they aren't notifying people like they used to. He said, y'all need to like and share our boy DTLF to keep the channel popping. I appreciate you, Eddie Walker. Thank you so much for that, man. Yeah, I mean, definitely. I'm trying to involve this channel as much as possible. Got a major segment coming up for you guys tomorrow, so make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you keep smashing the like button like my boy Eddie Walker said, man. If y'all help me with at least 500 likes every channel, I mean, I got 16K subs. I'm sure 500 likes is light work, right? Even if you don't feel like watching the video, just, log in, smash the like, and you get bounced. It really helps the algorithm, like my boy said, and that way we can keep growing because we really should be a lot higher than where we are. But I'm not going to put that on y'all. It's my job to keep evolving the channel and to continue to earn your guys' likes and subscriptions. So I'm going to continue to work harder on my part, and I hope to earn your guys' likes over time consistently. He said, look, honestly, we can just bench Westbrook addition by subtraction. It might just work. Look, man, I wasn't open to that earlier in the season, but at this point, whatever works. And I don't know if that should be the case, or maybe in the fourth quarter that should be the case, or whatever. But I'm open to anything, and Frank Vogel should be too, because I guarantee you, if the Lakers go 0-5, if the Lakers go 0-5 in this road trip, there's gonna be some crazy shit going on, man, in the front office. Something's gonna go down. So for sure, they need, especially Frank needs these wins more than anything. Trust me. Yes, sir. Absolutely, angry Laker fan. Got to grow the channels. Check all their channels out as well. He said Westby acquisition has cost the Lakers 2 years of LeBron's last few years. You think so, William? Wow, that is a really hot take, man. Look, we are almost going to hit the 20-game mark, right? We're right around the corner. You can kind of see a team's identity usually after 10 games. However, again, this team hasn't even been close to being healthy all season long. So I want to be optimistic, and I want to say I'm not ready to make those type of those knee-jerk type of hot takes that Stephen A likes to take, where he discounts the Lakers automatically or the Warriors. However, this 5-game road trip I think is going to be crucial for us moving forward. And then if we fail this 5-game road trip, then the Lakers front office has to make moves to save the season for sure. And then if that fails, then I think all the pessimists can come out here and they can start saying what they say, right? So right now, I still want to be optimistic. I still want to believe in this team because I feel like we have a couple of chances. Again, if the Lakers survive this road trip, it could bring us closer together. It could help our confidence. Maybe LeBron James comes back healthy and all of a sudden the Lakers start rolling how we're supposed to. That could happen. Or we can fail this road trip and then, we can also fail to make any moves in the front office and continue to rely on Frank, and he can sink us even deeper into the rabbit hole. So if that happens, that's worst case scenario, man. That is definitely worst case scenario if that happens. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I want to stay optimistic for now. He said Lakers are going to be very aggressive today. I hope so, bro. That would be awesome. Yeah, that would be awesome. But the bottom line is, again, we're still within 20 games of the season. Remember, there's 82 games to a season. So is there time for a correction and time for, we can still be optimistic, even though I know a lot of people's hype has gone down due to injuries and poor performances from our superstars and just let down games, which is normal, man. But, there's still a light that glows inside of me that I say, hey, there's still a chance. There's still a chance for this team to turn around, become that contender we all thought we were going to be to start the season. We are still a deep team. We've seen it in spurts, but we just haven't seen it consistently enough through the season to label us that or anything. We don't know. We don't have an identity. One game, it could be Russell Westbrook coming out and balling. The next game, he could suck. Same thing with Anthony Davis. He might ball out one game, and get 27 points in the first half. And then the next game, he'll come and not even get to 20 and get it, ejected from the game and not have his head in the game. So this team still doesn't have consistencies as far as, as far as the tendencies we have. There's no good habits built. There's nothing I can look at this team and say, okay, tonight we're going to do this and we're going to do that. We don't have that. Other teams around the league, exactly what they're going to do. Giannis is going to get, come downhill and try to speed up the tempo, get out of transition and finish. We know Chris Middleton's going to try to space the floor and open up lanes for guys like Giannis and Drew Holiday to slash. We know they're going to crash the glass with all their size and use their athleticism to bother us. We know exactly who they are, even though they're struggling. As far as the Lakers, due to the injuries and, again, change of rosters and inconsistencies in rotations, we don't know who's going to step up for us or who's going to do what. And that's the sad part, I think. When you don't have an identity 15 games in, now you're reeling. You're reeling to try to, you're holding on. And it's early, so we're still holding on for dear life. But there's still hope. There's still time for now. Hopefully they get it right, man. Every win on the road means so much. It means so much. He said, we haven't seen our deep team consistently because Frankie V is failing with his lineups. He said, "My friends could make better lineups sometimes." It sure feels like that, man. I'll tell you that. It sure does feel like that. Um, but the players got to step up and show some heart as well. Both. Um, I'm tired of beating the dead horse about the coach. Y'all know how I feel about Frank by now. I even uploaded a Gilbert Arenas video, echoing my sentiments and a lot of you guys' sentiments as well. But this is more, I think, as big as an issue as he is, as big of a slice of the pie, there's also things we can do within the team to get better. Our leaders, man, have not led consistently. Like I said, Anthony Davis, one game amazing, next game not, you know? So that's a huge chunk of the issue as well, is that we don't know what to expect from said players during certain parts of the game or during certain matchups. Like I really wanted AD to give it to Karl Anthony Towns when we faced the Timberwolves, and Karl Towns destroyed us. So that doesn't feel right. And then I wanted Russell Westbrook to destroy Patrick Beverley, and believe it or not, the little weasel actually got the best of him. So it's just stuff like that discourages Laker Nation and makes us feel like, man, we're not playing to our potential. Like both of those things I mentioned should have happened in our favor. My boy said, Serious Alex said, Dan, don't be sad though. I love Happy Dan, Optimistic Dan. We still got most of the championships. Others are still jealous. That's a fact, brother. And I appreciate that, man. You're right. I do need to cheer up. It's just, life hits you with jabs and punches, and you just gotta bob and weave and roll with the punches, man. But the recent news isn't helping, man, with the whole crypto crap. And we need a win. I want to win. I desperately need a win from the Lakers, man, because the last thing I want to do is a sad post game recap. You know what I mean? Like that's the last thing I need after all this stuff. So, and by the way, I can't wait for LeBron to come back. So there's definitely some optimism there. If he comes back Friday, a lot of things can change. So, yep. My boy Mitchell says, "Hey Dan, I keep hearing Westbrook trade rumors and Knicks for D Rose, Evan Fournier, and Kevin Knox." I mean, that would be a crazy trade. Why would the Knicks pull that off, though? I haven't been keeping up with the Knicks lately. I started watching them early in the season, but again, just busy with life, man. But what are the Knicks even looking like right now? Have they started losing, or are they still dominating? Okay, so they're looking more like a regular team again. They're 8-6. You never know. Anything's possible down the stretch of a season, but it'd be really hard for me to see Tom Thibodeau having such an input with the Knicks and all that, running, parts of that front office. It'd be really hard for me to see him trade his boy Derrick Rose. Like that would be a shocker to me. Remember, he needs players that are familiar with the system as well to help lead, and Derrick Rose is huge for them. So we have to be realistic. We can throw out names, but this isn't NBA 2K. This isn't the NBA trade machine. I want us to keep the topic of conversations as realistic as possible, right? I don't want us to waste our breath on hypotheticals and what could be. We don't want to be like the sports media. They're over here talking about DeMar DeRozan could have been a Laker and trying to get Laker fans depressed. Talking about Caruso would have took a pay cut and DeMar DeRozan and all these rumors coming out now. It's always the hate. I notice they try to make our front office look incompetent. They try to make our team look worse. We've been hyping Alex Caruso since he was on our team, but all of a sudden he's the greatest thing since Jordan in Chicago, right? As soon as he stops playing here. I even seen the Chicago Bulls. I've seen the Chicago Bulls. What are they called? The Twitter, the people that handle the Twitter, right? The official Chicago Bulls website, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. I seen them tweet, the Lakers are dumb. And then it had a highlight of Alex Caruso, getting a steal and passing it out to Lonzo, who then passed it to Zach LaVine for a dunk. And I'm like, it's never that serious. If you're truly that thankful that you guys got Alex Caruso off of us, don't mention it. Just keep it to yourself. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like these haters, man, they're so jealous of our success that they just want any little snippet to throw a jab, any sort of little chance to get it. And sometimes we Laker fans feed into that. We go with the whole narrative that, oh my God, if we had Alex Caruso, we'd probably be 15-0, and that's just not accurate. Because one player doesn't solve everything. As good as one player is defensively or whatever, that's not the full situation. Now, as far as the DeRozan thing, people remember DeRozan. He thought it was a done deal, but he wasn't willing to take a pay cut. Let's be real. Look at all the money he got paid in Chicago. If he would have took that mid-level exception, then he would have Kendrick Nunn's slot, over Kendrick Nunn. Let's be honest. So I don't want to hear this pity party that these players that had an opportunity to come here, now they want to complain about how they thought it was a done deal. Man, I don't want to hear that. DeMar, big fan of DeMar, Compton product. He had a chance to come to the Lakers a couple of years back. I remember. And I don't remember if he was one of the ones that didn't give us a meeting or he just passed on us. But bottom line is, if these players wanted to be here, they would have been here. I don't want to hear all this extra crap. DeMar DeRozan, it would have took a sign and trade just like it did for Russell Westbrook. So, again, just be careful with these sports articles always trying to mislead Laker fans' emotions. I feel like these sport entities hate Lakers and their fans, and so they try to give us the hardest of times. You rarely hear any good Laker propaganda. Like, even when we won the championship, they try to make it about, oh, it's a bubble ring and it doesn't count. You see what I mean? So it's constantly the hatred against us. This is why we have this channel. This is a safe zone. This is why I block idiots that come in here talking smack, because this is somewhere where Laker fans would truly vent, express themselves, give good ideas, and just be positive about our team. We don't have many corners like that in the web, right? So this is a good place. This is a safe space. And you guys know I'm here as the ultimate regulator. If everybody steps out of line, you know what I do. I put them on blast and I let them have it. So Dan, I see a lot of people saying the Lakers are done and not making the playoffs. Those are some of the dumbest people you will meet, my friend. And let me tell you why, because it's way too early to make these kind of predictions. These are a bunch of, you've heard of Stephen A. These are a bunch of Stephen B. Smiths, right? They watch TV and they just repeat whatever their favorite analyst says. So it's too early to even talk like that. That's crazy. For all we know, we could end up winning the championship, and then everybody's going to look really silly because they were judging us before we even got our team healthy. So how about we just sit back, take it one game at a time, and let's not jump to conclusions. We don't want to be that type of fan. That's very fair weather. What are the keys to win today? Heart. I want to see some heart, especially from our superstars, but our role players got to step up as well. I haven't seen heart in this team in a while. Even in the wins, we've been barely eking out, right? We've been barely getting those wins versus lesser competition. So I'll see the Lakers come out here and play like we belong, and show the world that, hey, it's not just about the mismatches and it's not just about playing at home, but it's also about, hey, the Lakers, we got to remind teams who we are. And it's got to start somewhere. Why not tonight? Right? The Lakers eventually going to have to turn it up this season if we want to be a true championship contender. Why not tonight? Let's do it, man. Let's throw out some positive energy out there. Hopefully we're able to come out strong and take care of business. If not, then yeah, we will have a breakdown post game and we'll see what happens, man. But for now, man, let's just hope. Keys to the game, we have to come out here and play with heart, especially our leaders. Leaders have to lead by example. This is why we got Russell Westbrook, right? So he can give us opportunities to win games we're not supposed to even be in. This is one of them tonight, right? This is why we got Russ. So he needs to show his value starting now. It's been overdue. And he played a good game last game, kept us in the game the first half, but it wasn't a consistent second half from anybody. So, Lakers just got to put two halves together and make it a whole piece. Hey, Dan, who do you think is going to build Crypto Arena? Magic and Kareem built the Forum. Shaq and Kobe built Staples Center. That is a good question, and that's the only thing that can turn something sour into something sweet. Right? It's success. All right, it'll slap the better taste out of my mouth as far as this new name for this arena, and probably the look's going to be revamped too. I doubt since the previous look was it was tailored around Staples Center, and I like the way the blue and the red look together, or purple and the red look together. This is going to be tailored around their website, so I have no clue what it's going to look like, to be honest with you guys. But we'll see. We'll see. And who's going to lead us into the new promised land? We don't even know, because as of right now, this is still the LeBron James era. AD has not stepped up to the plate to get the keys of the team. So this is still LeBron James era. So everything could look very different once he retires. We don't know how it's going to look. So it's hard to make those predictions right now, man. I don't want to be like Stephen A and call Devin Booker the next Kobe or something crazy like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's not who I am. I try to stay objective and in the moment. And if I do make a prediction, it has to have some sort of validity to it. You know, there needs to be signs pointing in that direction before I can miss. I don't. The last thing I want to do is mislead Laker fans into thinking something that's probably not possible, right? Because Dan, seriously, everybody forgets we have a reason none on the bench. Yeah, like, how can you give up on this team? We haven't seen the full team, man. AD is trying, Dan. Trying is not good enough. He needs to perform. You know, we don't pay him the big bucks for him to try. Anybody can try in the league, in the NBA. You know what I mean? Like, Frank Kaminsky can try. That's not good enough. We need him to be that guy. You know, in order to prolong LeBron's career and just help carry the load. These are, you know, they drop between him and Russell Westbrook. We dropped so many games that we could have really gave LeBron even that much more of a cushion to come back. That way we don't rush him back. Because the last thing you want to do is rush LeBron James back at his age. That's the whole point of trading for Russell Westbrook. Now, if that backfires on us, then anything's possible. But, you know, AD, you know, I just feel like he's capable of so much more. Am I being naive? Maybe. Time will tell. But I feel like he has the capabilities of being the best big man in the game, and right now he's nowhere near that. You know, right now other big men look more elite than Anthony Davis, and that's just the truth. And there's not too many big men that I'm talking about. It could be like 2 or 3, right, that look more elite than AD right now. And that's not a good thing because we traded for the elite New Orleans Pelican version, the one that helped lead us to that title. That's the one we need back. You know, we don't need this, you know, heavier version of Anthony Davis that's slowing him down and he's not as mobile and he settles for jumpers. We don't need that version. So I hope we can get the old version back, maybe even a revamp 2.0. And that's all I can hope for at this point, because I'm not going to hold out my breath for his leadership, that's for sure. But if he can just turn up a little bit more and be more consistent, I'll be happy with that. You know, our true leader is going to be LeBron James, and it looks like it's going to be that till he retires. You know, I lost hope as far as Anthony Davis becoming a leader. Let's not forget, we started the season with AD pushing Dwight Howard and causing a scene, an unnecessary distraction on the team, which already showed poor leadership to me. That's number one. And people will disagree with me. That's fine. You know, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Some people will say, Dan, he was showing leadership. That's not the way to show leadership. But yeah, we need more from AD offensively, especially. And, you know, we'll go from there. We'll go from there. We still love AD. I'm hard on him, but it don't mean I don't love him. It doesn't mean I'm trying to get him traded. It doesn't mean that I'm not an Anthony Davis fan. I'm not that fair weather, man. I stick with my players. And I still believe in Russell Westbrook, even though 90% of the fan base has left that building, right? But I'm still here, man. I still think if he can put it together with this team, we can be very dangerous. Now, he needs a whole lot of work, because the settling for threes and all that extra stuff he'd be doing on the fourth quarter is not going to work. But you can't give up on a player 15 games into the season, man. It's a long year. He said, hey, Dan, you should do live commentary on the game. Well, I already did pregame, man, so my voice box is going to be gone if I do that and then try to do the rest of the game. But what I can do is, what game would you guys like to see me go live full game commentary? But that means eliminating pregame and postgame just for that day. You know, drop it in the comment section as soon as this video is posted. I'll consider everything, man. Believe it or not, I might not get a chance to reply to all the comments all the time, but I read 99% of them. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, even the disrespectful comments that be getting blocked, I read them. But, it doesn't bother me. They just get blocked, because the last thing we want is like a troll center in the comment section, right? So, but look, whatever you guys want, this is the People's Channel, man. I'm adding a segment based off of a request starting tomorrow. So, stay tuned for that, man. I can't wait for that, actually. Thursdays. It's going to be blank Thursdays. We already have phone call Fridays. Now I'm adding blank Thursdays. And as we continue to grow and hit our milestones, I'll be adding different things that the people want, man. It's the People's Channel. So, Christmas game. Y'all want the Christmas game, okay? That's what's up. Hey, that's something that can happen. It's just the Christmas game is extremely hard because that's the time I like to spend with my family, watching games with my family, and they don't always like to be in front of cameras. So maybe not the Christmas game, or maybe I will. We'll see how it goes. Okay, depending on how Christmas is planned out for me. But if you guys requested enough, man, you're gonna get what you want, regardless. Yeah, I might do the Christmas game. You said the Celtics game. You're the only one that says Celtics, but everybody else saying the Christmas game. So, but for sure, guys, for sure, that's gonna wrap it up for the pregame. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Thanks for the donations, likes. If you already haven't, please subscribe. I'll see you guys right here for the post-game recap. Let's hope the Lakers can pull this miracle off, man. We need a Christmas miracle ahead of time, man. We need an early Christmas present tonight. Would be nice. That would be much appreciated. Some positivity right now would go a million miles. It would go so far to making us happier, man. We need that for sure. But again, appreciate y'all for tuning in and all the support as always, man. Love y'all. And I'll see you guys right here for the post-game recap. Peace.